Hey there, this is Kevin Rowland with InkSoft, and welcome to our developer settings video and guide. This is meant to be just a basic introduction to this tool, to Google Tag Manager, and how to link the two together. I do want to be clear here at the beginning that, us at InkSoft, especially in support, we're not web developers, and so we don't get in too much detail because, of course, this whole system is very expansive. It's very intricate. So a lot of this is going to have to come from your own creativity. If you have a web developer, if you are a web developer, people who are trained in this, it's obviously going to be a lot easier for you to set these things up. But we did want to go ahead and at least lay the groundwork out and lend a helping hand in the ways we can. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start here on the Tag Manager dashboard. To create an account, it's really easy, and of course it is free. Up at the top right, you have this Create Account button. Click on that. It's going to ask you for some basic information like your account name. You can go ahead and just put like your company name here. And then down below, we're going to have the container set up. So the container is going to be like the box that you're putting everything into to keep yourself organized. It's going to have your tags, the triggers, variables. It's just something to help you stay organized. A lot of the times you might want to have it be the name of the store to which you're doing this for. It's a good way to keep track of it. Next, we have the target platform. We're going to be using the web option. The other ones like iOS and Android are going to be more for like applications on mobile devices. So of course we want to stick with web. What you will do next is hit the create button at the bottom, and you will have your terms and conditions coming up over here. Go ahead and review those, and if you agree to them, in the top right, simply hit the yes button. So now that you have your account created, what you want to do next is set up a tag. That's going to be found up here at the top. It says new tag. When you click on that, it'll give you two options, two things that you need to go ahead and fill in. The tag configuration is going to be the service that you're going to be using through Google Tag Manager. If I click on this, it'll give you a list of them all. You'll see the ones at the top here, the featured. These are going to be the ones that are made by Google. Therefore, of course, they are recommended. And then down below, you get to things like the custom. This is going to be for ones that are outside of their scope. And namely, this is going to be what you use for Facebook Pixels. Because they are a direct competitor, they're not going to have an actual integration in there, but you can still use it using the base code that you get from Facebook Pixels. And then down below, you can see that there are a ton of other ones available. And this is why it can be a little bit daunting and a little bit complex, because each of these are going to be setting this up just a little bit different from each other. They're all independent. So we're not going to be covering exactly how to set all of these all up. We'll be talking about the big ones like analytics and pixels in a later installment. Right now, I do want to let you know about what it is we are trying to configure here. And then down below, we have the triggering section. So this is where you can set up a trigger, which essentially is just going to be actions and then the result of those actions. So if you want to be able to capture data or of traffic that's happening on your site, when people visit a page, a trigger will fire and it'll record that information. When people get to the checkout and then they click away, or if people are coming back multiple times, I mean, really there's a lot of different ways you can set this up, and that's why the complexity of this is so high, because there are so many different things that you might want to be interested in obtaining. At the top, what I would recommend is hitting this plus sign and then hitting the trigger configuration. You can see here that we have page view, window loaded. Those are going to be some very basic ones you might want to use at the beginning. The rest of these are going to be more for like web developers for very niche circumstances. To keep things as simple as possible, you might even want to just go ahead and stick with the one that's already there. This all pages, this page view, this one will probably suffice for what you're looking for right here at the beginning. Of course, you just want to make sure that you are setting up a tag with it. With the tag and the trigger all set up, you're going to return to this dashboard page, and in the top right, you're going to see a blue button that says Submit. This is really important to do because otherwise it will not be tracking that information you're looking for. You don't really have to enter much in here. It's really just a way to kind of document the changes that you're making as you go along. So feel free to just hit Publish and Continue. It'll load through and show you the results. Once you have configured that tag, you'll be able to see it from the dashboard by going to Tags. It'll be listed right there. You can see it. It, of course, can be edited by clicking on the name, but if you're confident with how you have it set up, the next action you want to do is hit the Admin button here at the top. In here, on the right-hand side, you're going to see an option for Install Google Tag Manager. Clicking on that will give you two pieces of code. The first one is going to be the head, and the next one will be the body. you need both of these to go ahead and install it into InkSoft. So you can do it one at a time, but ultimately just hit this copy button and I'll show you where to paste it. And here we are. I am on one of my test stores. You can see at the top we have Store Admin, which we'll click on. On the left-hand side, we have the gear icon. Scroll down and you will find Developer Settings. Now, I went ahead and put the head in here already, so you can see that I've activated the scripts here at the bottom under Embedded Scripts. I put the head in there. Now, all I have to do is just right-click and paste in the body, so I have both the head and the body. It's exactly what I grabbed from Google Tag Manager. You hit the Save and Publish button here at the top, and that's all there is to it. Now the two systems are linked and communicating. Alright, and that's really all there is to it for this first video. I truly just wanted to cover the basics on, what developer settings does with Google Tag Manager, how to create an account, an overview for, tags and triggers. Of course, we didn't really get into detail on that, but that's kind of the point with how complex these things are. So we're barely scratching the surface here. We will have more guides and more videos going more in depth into more applications for this, so go ahead and keep a lookout for that. And thank you, of course, for watching.